What's up guys, I'm bringing you another destroyer overview. This time we're going to take a look at the Project 7U, and this is Russia's destroyer in the game right now. And as always, we'll start by taking a look at the dev blog, and there's not much information in these dev blogs. About the only stat that's in the dev blogs that I can't find in-game is the engine horsepower, and that's 60,000 HP for this model, which seems about on par with the rest. The one thing that I did notice going through the dev blog was the fact that a lot of the stats in the dev blog don't quite line up with what you find in-game. For example, the reload rate on the dev blog for this ship says that it's more than 11 seconds with a highly trained crew to get the main armament firing. However, when I tested in-game, I only got a reload rate of 6.8 seconds. Just putting that out there, maybe all of the reloads rates, because I mean the Z20, if you guys watched that destroyer overview, that one had a crazy reload rate of, what was it? Hold on, I have notes here. That one's reload rate was 3.6 seconds, which to me is mind-boggling. That seems insane. So maybe it's a case where the reload rates across the board have been halved. Like the historical reload rates have been halved for gameplay purposes. I'm not quite sure, but I just putting it out there, I wouldn't necessarily trust the dev blog at this point. Additionally, I think the speed info on the blog may be incorrect, or at least you're not going to realistically see those speeds in game. Because, for example, with the Fletcher, the top speed is supposed to be 36, but I got that ship up to 37 knots. With this Project 7, it says the top speed should be 36 to 38 knots, somewhere around that range, which you would think is really fast, but in practice, I think I only got it to go 34 knots. And just in general, the ship feels really sluggish. So there's definitely some discrepancies between the dev blog. Other than that, let's get into more specifics. I've already given you a few stats on the ship, but she has 278 crew, so that's a pretty decent crew number there. It's a 3.7 BR rank 3, that's standard right now. Additionally, we have 4 130mm cannons. Those are pretty good, although it's a little bit low in terms of armament side. You also, though, and this is where the ship is interesting, is the secondaries. You have 2 76mm cannons, 7 37mm cannons, and then you have a total of 8 50 cals on board, split between different configurations, which makes the secondary armament of the ship actually quite powerful. I would really recommend that you set your secondaries to target ships when you're close to ships and need them to hit them, because they will put in a lot of work for you. Similarly, make sure you're, like, this ship is just micro the secondaries. I wouldn't switch to them and use them manually, but I would say, hey, set those to target ships when you're in close proximity. Set them to target planes otherwise. Other than that, you got 6 torpedoes, which is decent. Your shells, you have armor-piercing capped, ballistic capped with 870 meters a second speed, 2.35 kilograms of explosive mass. That's higher than some HE shells for other countries, and 225 millimeters of pen. Your HE shell is also 870 meters a second, and that's 3.58 kilograms, again incredibly high, and 36 millimeters of penetration. So I would say, just like their tanks, their shells here pack a lot of explosive filler, and even though the ship's not my favorite in the game, I do have to say that you feel it. I've long not liked this ship, but I do know several people in the pre-CBT who really do enjoy using the ship, and I will admit that while playing, this ship was one of the ships that I did the best with. And now I haven't included like match score information because there's so much that varies, you know, but this ship really did consistently give me good performance in terms of score. Whether that was a fluke or not, I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't like the ship, and I probably won't play it much, but I have to admit that I did good in it. And even though some of the stats are lackluster, like the reload rate, like the speed, and like the primary armament, it does hold its own. And that's about it for the ship. It's kind of unique in that its secondaries are so powerful, but other than that, you know, that's pretty much all that it has going for it at this point that I see. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be trying to get the tribal class video up to you tomorrow. I know this one was late, but trying to get more consistent with the editing. I don't know, getting used to it, I guess. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys on another video. Cheers.